To all the families of those who are killed, to all those who are injured, to all the people of New Orleans who are grieving today, I want you to know, I grieve with you.
It was a quiet night on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, 24 hours after a person drove a pickup truck into a crowd celebrating the new year. Right now, investigators still piecing together how it happened and what led to it.
This morning, 15 people have died, dozens more injured, including 27-year-old Nicole Perez, who leaves behind a 4-year-old son, 27-year-old Tiger Bash, a former Princeton football player, 37-year-old Reggie Hunter, a father of 2, in New Orleans to celebrate the new year with his cousin. Now, police have identified the suspect as a Texan and Army veteran.
And our senior investigative reporter Tanya Iser is in New Orleans this morning working with local agencies to learn more about the man officials say was hell-bent on carnage.
As you can see behind me, there's a heavy police presence here in the French Quarter. Authorities continue to investigate how this terrorist attack occurred that claimed as many as 15 lives and injured dozens of others. The FBI identified the suspect as 42-year-old Shamsud-Din Jabbar. What we've learned so far is that authorities found an ISIS flag on the truck he'd rented through an app. They also found explosive devices inside the truck and also planted in the French Quarter. They're also looking for other suspects. What we've learned so far is he grew up in Beaumont, served 10 years in the Army, and went on to work in real estate. And friends described him as talented and smart. We're still digging into how he went from that man to the person that carried out this terrorist attack. In New Orleans, I'm Tanya Iser.
Now, following that attack, the Sugar Bowl game, college football playoff game between Georgia and Notre Dame, scheduled for last night at the Superdome. Well, that was postponed until today.
Right. Jonah Javad joins us now with details on the plans to move forward with kickoff today and how the teams are preparing in the wake of this.
The Sugar Bowl is an annual tradition in New Orleans, a college football bowl game held every year since 1935. The game usually takes place on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, but this year's edition had to wait a bit longer. Following the deadly attack on Bourbon Street, last night's Sugar Bowl was postponed. Instead, Georgia and Notre Dame will play today at 3 o'clock to determine the fourth and final spot in the college football playoff semifinals. Last night, Notre Dame head coach Marcus Freeman spoke to ESPN about his message to the team.
In the toughest moments, the culture of any program of a nation is revealed. And I have a lot of faith this country will rally around New Orleans and support all the victims and families that were affected today.
Nearly 1 month from now, the Superdome and the city of New Orleans will host another major event, the biggest sporting event of the year, Super Bowl 59. Yesterday, the governor of Louisiana, Jeff Landry, issued a state of emergency in Orleans Parish to provide the Big Easy with state resources needed during a busy time in the bayou. The winner of today's Sugar Bowl will face Penn State next week in the Orange Bowl, a trip to the national championship on the line.
You know, it's not just the Sugar Bowl. New Orleans is actually gearing up for the Super Bowl next month and its biggest celebration, Mardi Gras, in March. So city officials say they're now reviewing security measures to keep people safe at the game and these upcoming massive events. We are taking a look right now at DFW International, where American Airlines is based. And after the Bourbon Street attack, American issued a travel notice to give customers more flexibility. That means you can change your flight without paying a fee. And if you are flying from New Orleans, they're adding an extra flight from Louis Armstrong International to DFW tomorrow.